10,000 hours and you would be trash. You could grind. I mean, listen to this. Artosis has been playing StarCraft seriously for 22 years. And this is not a knock. Compared to Koreans, he is trash. Artosis has played for 2 decades. And compared to even like a C-tier Korean, he is not even on their radar. That's how deep StarCraft is. There is no game that hard. The levels in StarCraft are unlike any other game. I think even chess, and I know chess is close, I know CSGO is close, but I actually think StarCraft is the hardest, deepest levels. I believe that. I've gamed my whole life.
What you just saw made me want to watch the rest of this video with you guys. I stopped myself from watching the rest of this video, so right now we're going to go ahead and watch it together, because what he says really intrigues me, and I think there's 2 different categories when it comes to hard games. There's like the team games, and then there's the 1v1 games. If you don't already know, StarCraft is mainly known for its 1v1 gameplay. Now, I think there might actually be a harder 1v1 game out there. I'm willing to see what he says, so let's jump right into it.
Okay,
I was here in person. I went to Korea and was there for this is the last game of the last season. Before
so this must have been a while ago.
This is the finale of Brood War, basically. The way a team match works in StarCraft is not like 3v3. It's like you send out a guy and we send out a guy. And if our guy wins, we get a point. And then we send out another guy. And then you send out another guy. And first team to 3 points wins, okay? The first 4 matches are pre-planned. So you know who you're going to face. The first 4 matches are pre-planned. But if it's tied 2-2, you have what's called an ace match. And that's where you can send out anyone. And so I was here and like, holy fuck, it went to ace match. And they sent out the 2 best players in the world. Bisu, the best Protoss of all time from SKT, and Flash, the best Terran of all time from KT. The game is fucking impossible to understand, and it's very blurry.
So this is before StarCraft 2.
So I'm going to try to explain it to you, but Flash, with everything on the line, Flash is the best Terran player in the history of the game. He's the best player to ever touch a keyboard. But like Artosis says that. Many StarCraft players consider him the greatest gamer of all time because he's literally just a machine. He's called the ultimate weapon. What his ability is, what was so impressive about him, a lot of things are impressive about him, is his ability to create the biggest armies. It's called macro, the ability to like, because half the game is micro, like moving your soldiers around and fighting and dodging and weaving, and half the game is building the army. He was so good at both, but he's amazing at building the army. But in this game, he put it all on the line and went for an aggressive, like all in. Usually like he splits the whole map and just turtles up and gets a gigantic army and you can't beat him. But here he is going all out trying to get a kill. You can't just walk straight over. And Flash had studied this map so much that he had a brilliant strategy. Instead of like taking this base and splitting the map and getting a big army, he was going to rush with everything he had early on, right, I think, basically here, okay? And set up tanks on this ridge and just stop him from mining.
Okay.
That's what his plan was. And Flash is the best player of all time, so everyone's like, holy fuck. He's got this brilliant all-in strategy. Bisu's fucked. Does the other guy know this is happening? No, the other guy does not know this is happening yet. The opponent doesn't know. Although Bisu's an amazing player, I'm sure he figured it out. He knew something was wrong. So yeah, he probably knows now. He knows, but it's too late. Now, Flash is attacking from this side. He's attacking from the right. He's coming from the back. The pressure's on. Bisu's crumbling. Then that happens. Now, to explain what happens there, this unit is called the Reaver. It's one of the most expensive units that the Protoss, Bisu, can make. He built it as like a
So real quick, if you don't already know about StarCraft,
you build the
I only played for like 2 hours or something, but basically you have to mine all these resources, and then you spend those resources to like build stuff. That's like the basic thing. So I guess this is a huge deal. Like it costs a lot of resources.
Reaver, you drop it in their base and you do a bunch of damage. He built it, he dropped it in the base, and it died right now. Look, it's gonna die. It dies. It kills nothing. It's dead. So anyone who knows StarCraft is like, it's fucking over.
Wow.
It's fucking over. He spent all his money on a Reaver. It's dead. Flash has the back of his base with tanks. It's over. But then this becomes what I think is considered the greatest game of StarCraft ever played. That's BC, by the way. That's the guy who's losing. This is the guy who's losing. The tanks are blowing the fuck out of his base. I mean, it's only like a few minutes into the game. He's not even mining from his main base, and we're only like 10 minutes in. He has no income versus the best player in the world. And he lost his Reaver. And then this happens. He does this insane flank. He attacks from the top, the bottom, and he drops on it at the same time. And he clears it. Against all odds, it costs him almost everything. But he clears it. A super entrenched force of tanks and turrets and marines in a tightly cramped space, and he somehow finds a way to clear it with his back against the wall. And that means he can mine again. Now, the game is not even close to over, but that means he can mine again. He can start getting money so that he has a chance. Flash, gamer mode engaged. His first tactic failed, and now he's fucking in kill mode. Now he turns it on. Now he's like, you think you can beat me? He sends another wave of tanks. Somehow Flash always has army. So he comes back with another army instantly, and he's like, I'm going to take back that spot. You can't keep me out. He sets up again. Bisu can't mine again. Now Bisu says, okay, I killed your first wave, and somehow you had a second wave. If you have a second wave,
this is actually
must
getting way
mean
too
you don't have
intense.
shit at home. You cannot have shit at home. There is, even if you're the greatest macro on planet Earth, you can't have an army that died, a second army in my base, and shit at home. So he abandons his own base. Flash desperately trying to defend. He's like, fuck. And Bisu just runs in. He just charges in. And now you hear the crowd. The crowd, for the first time, is like, wait, what? Flash could lose? You start to hear it in the crowd. Because the default is that Flash wins. Flash never loses. The default is that Flash wins. So you start to hear it like, wait, what? Bisu's in his base
right now.
This is that second army Flash sent. It is full retreating. The second army that was behind the ridges is now on full retreat to get back to the base to save himself. He's like, fuck! Fuck! We have to get back! Everything is in full retreat to get back home. But then, Bisu catches the retreating army with an ambush in the middle of the map. While it's running back home, Bisu had a second force ready and ambushes it in the middle of the map and catches it. And now the crowds know that it's Bisu's game to win. And you hear the crowd. The crowd's losing their mind.
I actually have chills right now. No way. Wait, that actually is insane.
And
like,
Flash, who
all this stuff, crazy stuff is going on, and this guy is able to like adapt that quickly. That's actually kind of nasty. Like, the other dude was destroying him, right? He was making sure he couldn't get resources, and then somehow he clears that and then has just enough to realize that he should just go in all in. He went all in. This is whoever wins this match pretty much wins the tournament, I guess. They said it's an ace match. This is actually insane. I have chills right now, and I don't even play this game.
never loses, puts his head on his keyboard and cries. He stayed there forever. Like, he didn't leave. He just sat in the booth with his hand in his hands on the keyboard. It was crazy. You never see Flash lose like that. It was everything on the line. This is the last big match of StarCraft ever, and he lost it. This is the most dominant player in history with the last chance to cement his legacy, and he lost it. It was, oh my God, I got chills, dude. It was really so fun to watch. Anyway, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share that video. So that's why I think Brood War is so cool. I know it seems like if you don't know what's going on, it's just pixels, bro. I mean, it's the game is so old, but it is the most beautiful. I mean, it's a crazy game.
All right, guys. Well, he just kind of talked about some of his experiences. He didn't really react to some of the other videos he was watching. I think a contender for the hardest game would actually be Super Smash Bros. Melee, but I will say I think you do have to perform a lot more actions and a lot more quickly in StarCraft than you do in Melee. But if you guys are interested in hearing why I think Melee is one of the hardest 1v1 games, leave a like on this video to let me know. Comment down below What do you guys think about StarCraft? And did you ever watch that crazy ace match, which apparently was like the last big StarCraft 1 match before StarCraft 2 came out and they started competing in StarCraft 2, which actually makes it even more crazy. Like, that was the final big tournament match, and it just ended in the craziest way possible. Anyways, guys, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.